welcome everyone to WWE Wrestling Bros. This is your host, Canadian Yoga, for this live stream. Um, I will let you guys know that I have been out of commission. I've been missing in action, as well as Blue and Steel. We have both been missing in action, and I know we're running a little late with our recap videos and talking about WWE, and there's just been a lot that's been going on for myself and himself. So we have been working hard, taking care of business, doing what we have to do to make sure everything's all good and stuff. So for today, for this live stream, I'm going to be bringing you guys the Night 1 recap video for WWE Summerslam. I am aware that I believe it's like this month. I think this is a clash in Paris that's going to be going on later this month. So we need to make sure that we're aware of that. Obviously, myself and Bruce still both busy, so we have to find the time to come and bring you guys another recap video. But in this one recap video that I'm doing with you all, Bruce still was supposed to be joining us today, but he couldn't make it. So I'm doing the recap video for WWE Summerslam Night 1 and Night 2. So in this one, in this quick follow-up recap video, we are going to be reviewing WWE Summerslam Night 1, which took place in East Rutherford, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium on August 2nd, 2025. So it was a pretty exciting thing. We got to see SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. It's so exciting to see, and I'm happy it was there. It happened. Wish I could have gone, because I know that's where my New York Jets play. I definitely wanted to see the New York Jets play a home game someday, and also there's also the World Cup that's happening next year, as I've mentioned on my own previous channel. The final for the World Cup will be held in MetLife Stadium, so that's going to be exciting to see next year. But we'll just continue with this. So, going off in this, as we open up WWE SummerSlam, we have Cardi B, who is the host of SummerSlam. She makes her entrance to the stage, and Cardi B gets in the ring and greets the WWE Universe, saying that we're live from the tri-state area. Cardi B asks who is ready to kick some butt. The crowd cheers. This is the first time that they're doing a two-day SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Cardi B is fired up, and she asks if there are any Logan Paul fans. There aren't, and she asks about Randy Orton, and the crowd cheers for Randy Orton. Cardi B says that people will be talking about this forever and welcomes everyone to SummerSlam, and the pyro goes off. Starting off WWE SummerSlam, we have main event Jey Uso coming, firing up the crowd with his antics. The MetLife Stadium looks like it's mostly filled, with one side of the upper decks topped off, the other sides of the upper deck are filled. Jey Uso makes his big entrance through the stage, and then we also have Roman Reigns, who also makes his entrance to the stage. So in this first match, we have main event Jey Uso and the OTC Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed, with the Oracle Paul Heyman at ringside. Then we have Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker also making their entrance. Bronson Reed has Roman Reigns' shoes tied around his neck that he stole from Roman Reigns on last Monday Night's Raw. Bronson Reed gives Roman Reigns' shoes to Paul Heyman, who wears them around his neck. The bell rings and the brawl breaks out between the two teams. Jey Uso punches Braun Breaker into the apron as Roman Reigns hits Big Bronson Reed with 10 punches in the corner. Reigns then uppercuts Reed out of the ring. Jey Uso then uppercuts Braun Breaker out of the ring. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, two former members of the legendary Bloodline, are left alone in the ring. The crowd is cheering. Jey Uso then runs it back and leads the crowd to a massive match with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed then pull Roman Reigns out the ring and beat on him. Jey Uso then comes off the top rope with a crazy with a crossbody block to the floor. Roman Reigns looked to get the rest of that um, OTC champ picks up. Bronson Reed drives Roman Reigns into the steel steps. Meanwhile, Jey Uso and Braun Breaker are in the ring. Jey Uso punches away at Bronson at Braun Breaker, and Jey Uso does some theatrics and hits a right hand. Braun Breaker soon ducks a clothesline and hits the ropes with a wild speed before running Jey Uso over with a clothesline. Excuse me. Braun Breaker puts Jey Uso in the corner and hits some shoulder thrusts to the midsection. Bronson Reed tags in and clubs Jey Uso in the corner. Bronson Reed mocks the Yeet dance and kneels on Jey Uso's neck. Braun Breaker then gets off the apron and crushes Roman Reigns, who is just getting to his feet with a diving shoulder tackle to the floor. In the ring, Bronson Reed hits Jey Uso with a senton splash. Braun Breaker tags in and kicks Jey Uso in the ribs. The crowd chants, "We want Roman." Jey Uso punches at Braun Breaker and hits the ropes, but Braun Breaker catches him with a front slam before covering a break 1-2. Braun Breaker slides off and does some push-ups to contribute to his Uncle Scott Steiner. Braun Breaker mocks Jey Uso's run-up back taunt and punches away at him. Braun Breaker talks trash to the crowd and Roman Reigns is on the apron yelling back at him. Braun Breaker puts Jey Uso in the corner and tags Bronson Reed in. Bronson Reed sends Jey Uso into the ropes and leaves him in the midsection. The crowd continues to chant for Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed puts Jey Uso in the ropes and leaves him in the midsection. Bronson Reed pulls Jey Uso up and taunts Roman Reigns. Jey Uso starts to punch back at Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed stops him from making a tag. Bronson Reed whips Jey Uso hard into his corner and tags Braun Breaker in. Paul Heyman psychotically looks on. Braun Breaker hits Jey Uso with a rib breaker before jumping on Bronson Reed's back. Um, Bronson Reed then hits Jey Uso with a big splash with Breaker on his back, increasing the damage to Jey Uso. Braun Breaker continues to taunt Roman Reigns. Jey Uso's as he applies a real chin lock to Jey Uso. Jey Uso fights up and punches out. Jey Uso goes for a tag, but Braun Breaker stops him. Braun Breaker shifts Jey Uso to his shoulders and hits an explosive gutbuster for a near fall. Jey Uso rolls out of the ring to recover. Roman Reigns is getting the crowd into it. Braun Breaker sees Jey Uso using the Spanish commentary table to pull himself up. Braun Breaker dives for a flying clothesline over the table, but Jey Uso moves. Braun Breaker crashes on the table and it doesn't break. Jey Uso claws his way into the ring and sidesteps Bronson Reed before he can attack him. Jey Uso dives for a tag, but Braun Breaker tackles him as Bronson Reed pulls Roman Reigns off the apron. Braun Breaker punches away at Jey Uso and tags Reed in. Reed taunts the crowd and lifts Jey Uso up. Jey Uso elbows up, ducks the clothesline and hits a floater over DDT. At ringside, Roman Reigns gets to his feet. Braun Breaker looks forward in his corner. Roman Reigns reaches out for a tag. Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker tag in to a huge crowd's reaction. Roman Reigns clotheslines Braun Breaker's heart. Braun Breaker reverses a whip, but Roman Reigns comes back with a leaping clothesline. Roman Reigns starts to club away at Braun Breaker in the corner. Roman Reigns connects with 10 clubs to the chest in the corner. Roman Reigns hits the ropes, but Braun Breaker hits a back elbow. Braun Breaker hits the ropes, and Roman Reigns catches him. Braun Breaker elbows out, so Roman Reigns clotheslines him over the top rope. Roman Reigns sees Braun Breaker and Reed at ringside, so he hits the ropes. And dives over the top rope. Roman Reigns overshoots and he has to do a flip, landing hard on his back. Ouch. Um, Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker are in the ring. Roman Reigns hits Braun Breaker with a Uranage. Roman Reigns sizes him up and cocks his fist. Roman Reigns hits Bronson Reed with a Superman punch to knock him off the apron. Braun Breaker rolls Roman Reigns up for a 2 count. Braun Breaker hits uh, high knee to the face, dropping Roman Reigns to his knees. Braun Breaker then pulls his straps down and signals for the end. Bronson Reed tags in as Braun Breaker starts hitting the ropes fast. Roman Reigns hit Braun Breaker with a super red punch. Bronson Reed, the legal man, then crushes Roman Reigns with a running cannonball. Uh, Roman Bronson Reed charges Roman Reigns up in the corner and avalanches at him. Bronson Reed lifts Roman Reigns and Jey Uso blind tags in. Jey Uso kicks and punches Bronson Reed before hitting into Glory. Jey Uso attacks him in the corner and hits a snap kick. Jey Uso backs up and charges, but Bronson Reed hits a shoulder tackle. Bronson Reed hits with a huge Death Valley driver. Roll counts 1 and 2. Jey Uso kicks out. Jey Uso rolls out of the corner to recover. Bronson Reed then charges Jey Uso and Roman Reigns up at ringside before hitting a wild suicide dive. Bronson Reed took a bad landing, but he got up and looks okay. Braun Breaker waits for Roman Reigns to get up and clotheslines him against the Spanish commentary table. Braun Breaker stands on the table and poses. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed get in the ring. Braun Breaker attacks in and goes to the top rope. Braun, um, Bronson Reed puts Jey Uso on his shoulders in the electric chair, and Braun Breaker comes out the top rope with an avalanche bulldog like his father Rick Steiner. Um, Fall count happens 1-2. Jey Uso kicks out. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker talk strategy as Jey Uso and Roman Reigns collect near each other at ringside. Braun Breaker gets out of the ring on the opposite side and charges. Roman Reigns floors him with Superman punch. Braun Breaker stumbles around before Roman Reigns hits him with a spear through the barricade. Braun Breaker holds his ribs in pain. Bronson Reed puts Jey Uso in the ring, and Paul Heyman does not look pleased. The crowd chants, "This is awesome." Paul Heyman says, "Finish him off." Bronson Reed shouts "Tsunami" and heads to the top rope. Uh, Roman Reigns intercepts Bronson Reed with a Superman punch. Bronson Reed crashes to the mat. Roman helps Jey Uso up, and then the Cousins hit the 1D. Jey Uso covers Bronson Reed. Ball count 1-2. Braun Breaker breaks it up. The crowd starts to sing for Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker gets up and yells at the crowd. Braun Breaker then mounts Jey Uso and punches away at him. Braun Breaker is fired up, pulls his straps back before pulling them down to a big reaction. Braun Breaker targets Jey Uso and charges. Roman Reigns pushes Jey Uso out the way and takes the spear from Breaker. But Jey Uso sends Breaker out the ring with a super kick before hitting Bronson Reed with the spear. Jey Uso heads to the top rope and hits Bronson Reed with the Uso splash. For count 1-2-3. We got the winner for this match. We have main event Jey Uso and BOTC Roman Reigns, who win this tag team matchup. Paul Heyman backs up the ramp and is furious. Roman Reigns shakes his head at his former wise man. The commentators talk about how Roman Reigns put himself in harm's way multiple times to try to save his cousin Jey Uso. Um, we have Wade Barrett wonders if Roman Reigns is going soft, while Jey Uso puts Ulafala around Roman Reigns' neck. So in the winner of this match, we have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, who are the winners in this tag team match. The next match we have for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, I'm sorry. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss um, come down to the ring, and they make the entrances, as well as the Judgment Day make the entrances. The Judgment Day, that is Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, blindside Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Roxanne Perez is left in the ring with Alexa Bliss. Roxanne Perez sends Alexa Bliss into the ropes, but Alexa Bliss hits a head scissors takeover. Charlotte Flair tags in and clotheslines Raquel. Sorry, Charlotte Flair tags in and clotheslines Roxanne Perez down. Charlotte Flair then big boots her Raquel Rodriguez off the apron. Roxanne Perez jumps on her back, but Charlotte Flair backs her into the corner and kicks her in the face. Charlotte Flair hits a snapmare, and Raquel Rodriguez gets on the apron and clotheslines her down. Roxanne Perez punches away at Charlotte Flair and tags in Raquel Rodriguez. So Raquel Rodriguez stomps Charlotte Flair in the ribs and slings her down onto her face. Um, Charlotte Flair pops up and chops her. Raquel Rodriguez fights back and sends her to the corner, but Charlotte Flair rolls up the turnbuckles a lot like her father and boots Raquel Rodriguez back. Charlotte Flair then kicks Roxanne Perez down. Charlotte Flair goes for a slingshot, but um, Raquel Rodriguez catches um, Charlotte and hits her with a Samoan drop. Raquel Rodriguez tags in. Roxanne Perez tags in and hits a cartwheel knee to the head for a 2 count. Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez cuts away at Charlotte Flair and hooks her on the ropes. The referee admonishes um, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez uses the distraction to punch Charlotte Flair. Uh, Raquel Rodriguez tags in and elbows Charlotte Flair in the chest a few times before applying an overhead wrist lock. Charlotte Flair fights up and hits a jawbreaker. Charlotte Flair boots her back, hits a backbreaker, and hits a flatliner onto the top turnbuckle. Charlotte Flair comes off the second rope with a flying hurricane. Charlotte Flair goes for a tag, but Roxanne Perez tags in and stops her. Roxanne Perez takes Charlotte Flair down, but Charlotte Flair kicks her away. Alexa Bliss tags in and hits a pair of running shoulder tackles, followed um, by a thieves pass with some wild punches. Um, Alexa Bliss slaps her in the face a few times before kneeing her and hitting a drop kick. Alexa Bliss hits a somersault senton. Fall count happens 1-2. Raquel Rodriguez pulls um, Raquel Rodriguez pulls Alexa Bliss off. Raquel Rodriguez knocks Charlotte Flair off the apron and stands on the ropes to taunt her. So Alexa Bliss dumps her over to the apron and stands on the rope to taunt her. So Alexa Bliss dumps her over to the floor. Roxanne Perez rolls Alexa Bliss up for a 2 count. Alexa Bliss first goes for Sister Abigail, but Roxanne Perez breaks the ice. Roxanne Perez hits a running uppercut and goes for a double jump springboard moonsault, but Alexa Bliss moves. Raquel Rodriguez tags in, and Alexa Bliss kicks her before hitting Roxanne Perez with a DDT. Alexa Bliss goes to the top rope and goes for a twisted bliss on Perez, but Perez gets the knees up. Raquel Rodriguez takes Alexa Bliss down and picks up a 2 count, but Raquel Rodriguez applies a rear chin lock. Raquel Rodriguez powers Bliss into the corner and ties Roxanne Perez in. Roxanne Perez hits a running uppercut, and Raquel Rodriguez follows up with an avalanche. Raquel Rodriguez holds Alexa Bliss up, and Raquel Rodriguez boots Alexa Bliss down for a 2 count. Charlotte Flair tries to get in the ring, but the referee stops her. Roxanne Perez continues to beat on Alexa Bliss. Roxanne Perez applies a rear chin lock, but Alexa Bliss fights up. Roxanne Perez pulls her down and stomps her. Raquel Rodriguez tags in and kicks Alexa Bliss in the midsection. Raquel Rodriguez taunts Charlotte Flair and pulls Alexa Bliss up, but Alexa Bliss slides off. Alexa Bliss avoids an elbow drop, but Raquel Rodriguez, uh, oh yeah, Alexa Bliss avoids an elbow drop, but Raquel Rodriguez quickly stops her from making a tag. Raquel Rodriguez shoulder tackles Alexa Bliss and tags Roxanne Perez in, who covers for a 2 count. Um, Roxanne Perez applies a good chin lock, but Alexa Bliss immediately fights up and hits a jawbreaker. Roxanne Perez quickly stops Alexa Bliss from making a tag team and stops her from making a tag and rocks her with a scissor kick to the midsection. Um, Alexa Bliss hits the ropes and they take each other down with a double hair pull. Charlotte Flair and Raquel Rodriguez tag in. Charlotte Flair comes off the top rope with a crossbody block on Judgment Day. Charlotte Flair chops Alexa. Charlotte Flair chops Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Charlotte Flair lights up Rodriguez with punches, with chops, ducks a clothesline and hits a handspring clothesline. Charlotte Flair catches Roxanne Perez with and hits a fallaway slam before doing a kip up. The crowd is clapping for it. Raquel Rodriguez boots Charlotte Flair, but Charlotte Flair responds with a kick. Charlotte Flair sets up Rodriguez and Perez side by side. She steps on them and heads to the top rope. Charlotte Flair crushes the Judgment Day with a moonsault. Ball count 1-2. Um, but Raquel Rodriguez kicks out. Charlotte Flair applies a figure four leg lock to Roxanne. Raquel Rodriguez, but Roxanne Perez breaks it up with a double jump springboard moonsault. Raquel Rodriguez pulls Charlotte Flair up, but Roxanne Perez pulls Raquel Rodriguez away and tries to attack Alexa Bliss, then accidentally hits Charlotte Flair. Uh, so we have Roxanne Perez attacks Alexa Bliss and sends her out the ring. Um, Raquel Rodriguez hits Charlotte Flair with a Hannah bomb against as Roxanne Perez tags in. Um, yeah, she tags in. I'm trying to find where hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find where I left off. And there we go. Alexa Bliss tags in. Ryan tags in, and Roxanne Perez catches it with an inside cradle for a 2 count. Um, Roxanne Perez kicks Alexa Bliss and shouts, "You are done." Alexa Bliss punches her down and tells Roxanne Perez that she is done. And Alexa Bliss goes for the sister Abigail as she turns and looks back at Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair then boots Raquel Rodriguez down as Alexa Bliss hits sister Abigail for the win. The winner for this tag team matchup is the new tag team champions, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who are the winners and the new women's tag team WWE champions. Um, so that's who we had for this in this match right here. That was a lot to kind of cover. There's obviously a lot that happened that was put into these matches. So I'm glad that I'm actually doing this thing piece by piece and not doing it all in one video because it takes a while to get through. But let's get to the next match. Karrion Kross with Scarlett versus Sami Zayn. We had this matchup before at WrestleMania, but it's being rehashed again. So we have Karrion Kross getting in the ring with Sami Zayn. Give me 1 second. All right, so they had an agreement to have this match. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has to admit that Karrion Kross is right about what that was said about him by Sami Zayn, and we have if Sami Zayn wins, Karrion Kross will have to admit that he was wrong about Sami Zayn. So there we have it. So the bell rings. We have Sami Zayn powering Karrion Kross to the corner and shoulder thrusting him. Karrion Kross turns on Sami Zayn, turns Sami Zayn around and punches away at him. Sami Zayn fights back and sends Karrion Kross into the ropes. Karrion Kross hits the top rope, so Sami Zayn clotheslines him over. Sami Zayn sets up for an Arabian press, but Karrion Kross locks him down and punches him at ringside. Karrion Kross sends Sami Zayn into the barricade, but Sami Zayn then leaps onto the barricade and hits a moonsault block. Sami Zayn gets Karrion Kross in the ring and goes for the top rope. Sami Zayn leaps over Karrion Kross, but Karrion Kross quickly catches him with a death bottom driver for a 2 count. Karrion Kross gets to his feet and kicks Sami Zayn before stomping on the hand. Karrion Kross says, "Say it," and the crowd is doing chants for for Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn fights back, but Karrion Kross reverses the whip to the corner and strikes away at him. Karrion Kross hits an exploder suplex for a 2 count. Um, Scarlett yells at the referee. Karrion Kross puts Sami Zayn in the corner and punches him. Karrion Kross backs away, backs up and charges, but um, Sami Zayn elbows him before hitting a double axe. Um, yes, a double axe handle. I'm sorry. Sami Zayn hits a second one. It's a second double axe handle, goes for a blue thunder bomb, but Karrion Kross blocks it. Karrion Kross hits a fisherman suplex for another 2 count. Karrion Kross says, "Just say it," and Karrion Kross punches away at Sami Zayn against the ropes. Um, and slaps him in the face. Sami Zayn soon ducks a right hand and chops away at him. Sami Zayn goes for the 10 punches in the corner, but he won't let up and wildly punches at him. Sami Zayn wrenches the arm, but Karrion Kross reverses a whip. Sami Zayn springboards over him and hits a clothesline. Karrion Kross gets out of a blue thunder bomb and crushes Sami Zayn with a doomsday Saito. Ball count happens 1-2. Sami Zayn kicks out. Karrion Kross frustratedly looks at Scarlett and whispers to her. Scarlett pulls out a steel pipe out from under the ring. Scarlett distracts the referee as Karrion Kross goes to use it. Um, Sami Zayn avoids it and hits a blue thunder bomb for a near fall. Sami Zayn mounts Karrion Kross and punches away at him. Karrion Kross seems like he's trying to beg Sami Zayn off. Sami Zayn stomps away at his face. The referee is trying to hold Sami Zayn back. Sami Zayn then offers the steel pipe to Scarlett then offers the steel pipe to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn picks up the pipe and looks conflicted. The crowd is is buzzing about this move. Obviously, it's a psyop. Definitely an attack to try to get Sami Zayn to attack Karrion Kross. Um, Sami Zayn then throws the pipe out of the ring, and Karrion Kross rolls up Sami Zayn for a near fall. Sami Zayn quickly hits Karrion Kross with an exploder in the turnbuckles. Sami Zayn is fired up and hits Karrion Kross with a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. Fall count happens. We have the winner of this match. Sami Zayn is the winner. Sami Zayn stands over Karrion Kross, and the referee steps in to keep him calm. Sami Zayn then has his arm raised in victory. So we have the winner of this match, Sami Zayn. I apologize, everybody. I'm just making sure I get a drink of water as I continue listening, going through this. So we have the next match here. The next match for this thing here, we have the WWE Women's Championship 2025 Queen of the Ring um, runner-up, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, who is the champion for this, you know, in this matchup. Um, the bell goes off. We have Jade Cargill making her way down to the ring, and Tiffany Stratton also makes her way to the ring. The bell rings. Tiffany Stratton rolls up Jade Cargill for a 1 count. Jade Cargill hits the ropes, but Tiffany Stratton hits an arm drag. Tiffany Stratton goes for a handshake, but Jade Cargill hits a bicycle kick for a 2 count. Uh, Tiffany Stratton rolls out the ring to recover. Jade Cargill bounces off her, uh, bounces off the ring apron and drives her into the barricade. Jade Cargill hits a vertical suplex on the floor and kips up. Jade Cargill throws shows Tiffany Stratton down and rolls her into the ring to break the referee count. Jade Cargill gets Tiffany Stratton in the ring and poses on the apron. Tiffany Stratton knocks her to the floor and hits a suicide dive. Tiffany Stratton puts Jade Cargill in the ring and goes to the top rope with a beautiful swanton bomb. Jade Cargill kicks out at one. Tiffany Stratton backs up and goes for a handspring back elbow, but Jade Cargill counters with a spine buster. Jade Cargill charges, but Tiffany Stratton puts her on the apron. Jade Cargill rolls her back and kicks her before hitting the eye of the storm, the torture rock bomb for an air fall. Jade Cargill hits Tiffany Stratton with a running elbow to the corner. In the corner, Tiffany Stratton boots her back and sidesteps a bicycle kick. Tiffany Stratton lifts her and hits a rolling senton. Tiffany Stratton heads to the ropes, but Jade Cargill knocks her to the apron. Jade Cargill suplexes her into the ring and floats over. Jade Cargill counters with a Falcon Arrow. Both women are down, but they get up. Jade Cargill, they trade punches. Jade Cargill goes for a chokeslam, but Tiffany Stratton counters with a Hurricane. Uh, Tiffany Stratton connects with a handspring back elbow. Tiffany Stratton hits a deep-looking Alabama slam. Tiffany Stratton goes for the prettiest moonsault ever, but Jade Cargill gets the boots up. Jade Cargill hits Jaded and covers, but Tiffany Stratton boots sets the bottom rope to break the count. Jade Cargill goes for Jaded again, but Tiffany Stratton pushes off and pins her for a 2 count. Fall. Jade Cargill connects. Close this. Jade Cargill connects with a chokeslam and throws her to the corner. Jade Cargill goes for the second rope and pulls Tiffany Stratton up. Tiffany Stratton counters with an avalanche Jaded with modified Super Hurricane. Tiffany Stratton hits the prettiest moonsault ever for the clean win. The winner of this match is the Women's WWE Champion Tiffany Stratton. For this match right here. Going forward, we had finally the tag team match between Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, who is called the Viper. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre both make their way to the ring, as well as Jelly Roll and Randy Orton also in the ring together. Logan Paul blindsides Jelly Roll before the match starts. Logan Paul gets out the ring and taunts Randy Orton, and Jelly Roll is furious. Basically, Logan Paul threw a cheap shot at Logan at Jelly Roll right before the match started, and that's why he's mad. Randy Orton will start the match against Logan Paul. The bell rings, and Jelly Roll immediately tags himself in. Jelly Roll points at Logan Paul. Let me close this down. Jelly Roll points at Logan Paul. The crowd chants for him. Logan Paul kicks Jelly Roll and clubs the back. Logan Paul taunts Jelly Roll and goes for a whip, but Jelly Roll won't budge. Jelly Roll sends Logan Paul into the ropes and for a back over and shoulder tackle. Logan Paul quickly kicks in and goes for an exploder, but he can't lift Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll continued counters with a scoop slam before strutting and dropping an elbow for a 2 count. Logan Paul looks stunned. Drew McIntyre tags in and Jelly Roll looks a little nervous. Randy Orton shouts to Jelly Roll and extends his hand. Jelly Roll then turns his head away from Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre sends him back in the back of the head. That slaps him in the back of the head. Jelly Roll won't tag Randy Orton in. Randy Orton gets Jelly Roll fired up. Jelly Roll walks into Drew McIntyre, who looks like he's chiseled out of marble. Drew McIntyre talks trash, so Jelly Roll slaps him in the face. Drew McIntyre is furious, and Jelly Roll jabs away at him until Drew McIntyre drops him with a Glasgow kiss. Drew McIntyre chokes Jelly Roll in the middle of the ring on the middle rope stand before standing in the corner and chopping the chest. Drew McIntyre punches him down and taunts Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre says, "I hear voices and they say you're screwed." Drew McIntyre stomps on Joey Wall and tags Logan Paul in. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul hit Joey Wall with a double team suplex. Uh, Logan Paul mounts Joey Wall and punches him. Logan Paul hits a splitting leg drop for a 2 count. Logan Paul um, Logan Paul punches away at Joey Wall and chops him in the corner. Drew McIntyre tags in and clubs away at the back. Drew McIntyre then punches Randy Orton off the apron. Drew McIntyre approaches Joey Wall, but Joey Wall sends him over the top rope. Randy Orton gets on the apron, and Joey Wall starts to crawl toward him. So Joey Wall tags in and closes Drew McIntyre before punching Randy off the apron. Randy Orton clotheslines Drew McIntyre again and hits a snap power stun. Um, Randy Orton hits Drew McIntyre with a um, so yeah, hits Randy Orton hits Drew McIntyre with the draping DDT. Randy Orton begins to stalk his prey, but before um, Logan Paul draws Drew McIntyre at the ring, um, Drew McIntyre goes outside and attacks Logan Paul before slinging him back into the barricade. Um, Drew McIntyre attacks, but Randy Orton counters with a back suplex on the commentary table. Logan Paul tries to blindside Randy Orton, but Randy Orton hits him with a back suplex on the commentary table. Um, yeah, so McIntyre then stuns Randy Orton with a Claymore kick. Jerry Wall stumbles around ringside and checks on Randy Orton. Logan Paul takes Jerry Wall down with a double axe handle. Um, so Logan Paul sizes up Jerry Wall and hits him with his titanium loaded fist. Um, so Logan Paul clears off the commentary table. Drew McIntyre gets in the ring to break the referee count. Logan Paul puts a pair of sunglasses on him and drinks some energy from the hydration station. Drew McIntyre puts Joey Wall on the table versus Logan Paul. Um, as Paul goes to the top of the ring post, um, Logan Paul gets Logan Paul toasts with a pair of Prime Energy drinks before hitting Joey Wall with a massive frog splash to the commentary table. The table is collapses and explodes, and it didn't break completely. WWE officials and doctors run down to check on Joey Wall, who's out. Randy Orton gets Drew McIntyre gets Randy Orton in the ring and taunts the crowd. Drew McIntyre chokes Randy Orton into the corner. Um, Logan Paul pulls himself up to the apron and tags in. Meanwhile, WWE officials have Joey Wall on his feet and are going to help him win the back. Joey Wall stomps away at Randy Orton, and um, yeah, sorry, Logan Paul stomps away at Randy Orton and tags Drew McIntyre in. Joey Wall is walking gingerly and pacifies by his wife. Um, Logan Paul hits Randy Orton with a blockbuster for a near fall. Joey Wall drops to his knees at ringside. Joey Wall Logan Paul laughs at Joey Wall. Drew McIntyre tags in and leaps over the top rope to the apron. Drew McIntyre is taking a sweet time as he heads to the top rope. Um, Randy Orton cuts off Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre knocks him away. Randy Orton climbs and hits the top rope, a top rope suplex. At the inside, Jelly Roll turns around and stops limping toward his corner. Jelly Roll, um, Jelly Roll pulls himself up to the apron, and as the crowd loud cheers from the crowd get bigger, Jelly Roll tags in with a huge um, ovation. Ovation. Um, Jelly Roll hits Logan Paul with a pair of clotheslines, followed by a Goozle, some trash talk, and a massive choke slam. An irate McIntyre sets in, but Jelly Roll ducks and hits with a back roll slam. The crowd is too loud for Jelly Roll. Logan Paul quickly elbows him in the face and leaps off the second stage. Um, the Jelly Roll power slams me. Sorry, the Jelly Roll power slams Logan Paul out of mid-air. Paul count happens 1-2. Drew McIntyre breaks it up. Drew McIntyre hits Jelly Roll with some Claymore kicks. Randy Orton hits Drew McIntyre with an RKO. Logan Paul sends Randy's shoulder into the ring post and heads to the top rope. Logan Paul hits Jelly Roll with a fall from grace uh, for the win. And in this matchup, we have the winners, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, for the win in this matchup here. So already we've made it to some really big wins. Unfortunately, I know I didn't get everything right, and that was a tough loss for me. I was definitely aiming for Randy Orton and Jelly Roll to get the win, but that's the way things go sometimes. You can't win everything. Next match, we have one of the big matches happening right here. The final event, the final match of the night. We got CM Punk versus um, the ring general Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have CM Punk making his way to the ring. He's fired up and ready to go. The ring general Gunther is also in the ring, also fired up, ready to go. And so we have the bell rings and the crowd is buzzing for the main event on SummerSlam Saturday. Logan Paul and Gunther both make their circle the ring and take their time. They soon lock up. Gunther powers to Second City Saint to the corner. CM Punk turns him around and gives it a clean break. They lock up and Gunther grabs the arm, twisting into a hammerlock, but CM Punk backs into the ropes to get him away. CM Punk then ducks a massive chop and jogs around the ring. CM Punk picks up on the crowd. Gunther hits a headlock takeover, but CM Punk gets out with a head scissor. CM Punk wrenches the arm and applies a hammerlock. Gunther gets out with a snap there, but CM Punk grabs the arm and twists again. CM Punk wrenches the arm, but Gunther backs him up into the corner. Gunther goes in to give a clean break before attempting a chop, but CM Punk blocks it. It's tried a test of strength. Gunther quickly bends CM Punk back. Uh, CM Punk bridges, so Gunther jumps on him. CM Punk keeps the bridge. Uh, Gunther gets away with a massive twist and a stomp before stomping the back of the neck. Gunther attacks CM Punk in the corner and sends him into the opposite corner. CM Punk boots Gunther back and wrenches the arm. CM Punk kicks away at Gunther's chest and kicks the midsection a few times. Gunther then drops him into the canvas with a massive chop to the chest. Gunther grabs CM Punk for a suplex, but CM Punk strikes out and wrenches the arm again. CM Punk kicks him and hits an arm drag before applying an armbar. Gunther tries to fight back, but CM Punk stands on the arm and drops a knee. Um, CM Punk continues to grab the arm, but Gunther drops the back. CM Punk fights back with some chops. Gunther reverses the whip, but CM Punk boots him back. CM Punk jumps to the top rope, but Gunther chops him to the hamstring before chopping the back. CM Punk is in the tree of woe, and Gunther lays in some heavy strikes Gunther knocks back CM Punk out of the ring of Woe, out of the tree of Woe, and taunts the crowd. CM Punk tries to fight back, but Gunther wipes him out clean with a chop. That sounds like a shotgun blast. Gunther traps the arms and applies a rear chin lock. CM Punk fights it up, but Gunther chops him down. Um, before CM Punk fights up. Gunther chops him down before hitting a scoop slam. Gunther looks out at the crowd as they boo him. Gunther grabs CM Punk and goes for an abdominal stretch. Gunther methodically applies the hold and pulls back on it. CM Punk fights it and reverses on him. CM Punk tries to um, lift Gunther up before he goes to sleep, but Gunther slides off. Gunther is Gunther goes for a sleeper hold, but CM Punk drops down and rolls him up for a 2 count. Gunther pops up and crushes him with a big boot. Gunther saunters around the ring and peppers CM Punk with kicks. Gunther starts to chop at CM Punk's chest, but CM Punk absorbs the blows. CM Punk fights back, but Gunther reverses a whip. Um, Gunther leapfrogs him and hits a big boot. Gunther chops him through the ropes and sends um, and big boots him to the apron. Gunther has really slowed the pace down. Gunther stands over CM Punk as he slowly rolls into the ring. Gunther drives some knees into Punk's face before chopping him against the ropes a few times. CM Punk stumbles around the ring before slapping Gunther in the face. CM Punk lays in some chops, but Gunther wants more, sticking him in. Punk kicks Gunther in the knees. Gunther reverses a whip and chops him down again. Punk is face down in the middle of the ring. Gunther's chest slightly bleeding from Punk's chops. Gunther mounts him on Punk's stairs, not. Um, sorry, CM Punk's. Yeah, Gunther, Gunther mounts him and dares CM Punk to call him a kid again and tells him another WWE World Champion. Gunther applies a real chin lock, but CM Punk fights up to his feet. CM Punk lifts Gunther for a GTS, but Gunther slides off. CM Punk counters with a leapfrog with an inverted atomic drop. CM Punk goes for a sharpshooter, but Gunther is not. Gunther then applies a sharpshooter to CM Punk. Oh, sorry, I messed up. CM Punk goes for a sharpshooter, but Gunther kicks him away. Gunther chops him in the corner and hits a scoop slam. Gunther then applies a sharpshooter to CM Punk. The sharpshooter is the finisher of CM Punk's favorite wrestler, Bret Hart. Uh, CM Punk goes through the pain and fights and turns over. Gunther falls back and Punk reverses into a sharpshooter. Gunther screams in pain, but he gets a hand on the bottom rope to break the hold. Both men are down for a few moments to recover. Gunther gets up and hits a German suplex. Gunther stands over and asks, um, and says this is the best in the world. The referee is checking on CM Punk. Gunther boots CM Punk as he gets to his knees. CM Punk gets to his feet and Gunther chops him a few times. CM Punk stays standing and strikes him. CM Punk and Gunther trade chops before CM Punk hits the ropes for a clothesline. CM Punk stays standing again, but CM Punk tries again for the same result. Uh, Punk hits the ropes, but Gunther chops him. Gunther hits the ropes, but Punk hits a jumping heel kick. Punk ducks a clothesline and hits a swinging neckbreaker. Punk's chest looks about to be bleeding. CM Punk goes for a running knee in the corner, but Gunther counters with a nasty powerbomb for a near fall. Gunther is going frustrated and grabs CM Punk, but Punk counters with a triangle close. Um, CM Punk counters with a triangle choke. Gunther counters out and attempts a Boston Crab. CM Punk kicks him away and gets up. Gunther chops him in the back a few times before going for a sleeper hold, but CM Punk counters with a leg side sweep. Um, yeah, Gunther pulls himself in the corner, so CM Punk hits him with a high running knee, followed by a bulldog and a 2 count. Um, yeah, CM Punk slowly pulls himself up and goes to score the top rope, but Gunther gets up and chops him. Gunther launches CM Punk with a huge slam off the top rope. Gunther heads to the top rope and hits a flying splash. Foul count, 1 and 2. CM Punk kicks out. Gunther angrily gets up and starts to kick Punk in the head. Punk as he does. CM Punk annihilates, as Gunther annihilates CM Punk with a nasty standing lariat. Uh, Gunther sits against the ropes and watches as Punk continues to struggle to get up. CM Punk gets to his feet and immediately flatlines. Um, Another lariat from Gunther. Gunther um, then blocks it and hits it with a power bomb. So Punk lifts Gunther for a GTS, but Gunther blocks and hits uh, CM Punk with a power bomb. Gunther shouts for Punk to get up and waits for his corner. Gunther connects with the Tyrannosaurus drop kick before hitting a huge power bomb. Foul count happens 1-2. CM Punk kicks out and Gunther is stunned. Gunther stands over CM Punk. CM Punk tries to pull himself up on Gunther, but Gunther chops CM Punk as he is on his knees. Gunther grabs CM Punk and lays him on the top rope before chopping the chest. Gunther climbs to the second rope and bends CM Punk's spines over the top turnbuckle as he digs his foot into CM Punk's neck. CM Punk falls to ringside. Gunther goes ringside and hits a back suplex on the apron. Um, and Gunther goes over to the World Heavyweight Championship and says it belongs to the best in the world. Gunther stands on the commentary table and poses, taking a victory lap before he actually won. CM Punk sweeps the feet, and Gunther lands hard on the equipment on the table. After a few moments, Gunther emerges from behind the table and is busted open. Gunther's mask faces a crimson mask. Gunther gets in the ring and is struggling to clear the blood from his eyes. Gunther holds his nose in pain. CM Punk smells the blood and punches away at the broken nose. CM Punk hits a high knee in the corner and hits a clothesline. CM Punk heads to the top rope and hits a diving elbow drop. CM Punk signals for the end. CM Punk signals for the GTS and lifts him up, but Gunther slides off and takes him down with a sleeper hold. CM Punk fights up and hits a GTS. Gunther is out on his feet. CM Punk hits um, Gunther again with a GTS, and the fall count happens. 1, 2, 3. We have a brand new champion, World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, who is the World Heavyweight Champion. Finally, after 10 years, CM Punk had been working so hard to become champion. He could not do it at WrestleMania. Failed at Royal Rumble. Couldn't do that Royal Rumble. Didn't get it done at Elimination Chamber. But this final time, we couldn't get it done at the King of the Ring. But this final time, he does get to be the champion, and he finally wins the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk is in tears as the referee lots of powder hands CM Punk the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk embraces it, and it's been 14 years since CM Punk has won his last championship. CM Punk is happy, great, a decade of bitterness away from WWE and not happy is over. CM Punk is once again world champion in WWE. Michael Cole says CM Punk has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is the best in the world. Um, we have just a bittersweet, this sweet moment, but unfortunately it turns bittersweet because we have Seth Rollins, who is the Money in the Bank winner, comes out on the stage. Seth Rollins comes out on the stage on crutches. His knee is surrounded with a thick brace. I know we've talked about that before. Seth Rollins and his knee, that he busted his knee, is no good. He can't do nothing. So unfortunately, it turns out we've been had CM Punk, the Oracle, Paul Heyman is beside Seth Rollins and with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Seth Rollins tells CM Punk to hold on to it while he can. Seth Rollins turns around and hobbles off, but he stops. Seth Rollins gets in the ring and attacks CM Punk. CM Punk quickly tries to power him with a GTS, but Seth Rollins immediately elbows out. Seth Rollins viciously smashes CM Punk in the head with the briefcase a few times before handing the referee Jessica Carr. Alicia Taylor announces that Seth Rollins is cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. We know what's happening. The bell signals to start the match. Seth Rollins immediately hits a stomp and covers CM Punk. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, in the span of 30 seconds, this thing happened so fast. We have a world championship match right here, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Unfortunately, for CM Punk, Seth Rollins is the winner, and we have a winner wins by pinfall. There's a new World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins is the winner of this match at SummerSlam. Michael Cole believes that this elaborate scheme that Seth Rollins planned is called the Rules of the Century. Seth Rollins' famous cash-in at WrestleMania 31 is called the Heist of the Century. Brunson Reed and Braun Breaker get in the ring with Seth Rollins and with Paul Heyman to celebrate, and they stand over CM Punk, who is unconscious, as the pyro goes off, and we have celebrations ensuing. Um, so we have the winner. Seth Rollins is the new World Heavyweight Champion, and that is it for night one, guys. We have it. This is it for night one for SummerSlam. Seth Rollins crowned the new heavyweight champions of SummerSlam. Um, in this, now I'm going to be posting this this article in the comment in the description box for everybody to check out. We definitely will be coming back for for night two later on tonight. So stay tuned for that. Unfortunately, I can't make a second video after this because I got some stuff to do. But later on tonight, I'll be coming back with a second review for night two of SummerSlam. So stay tuned for that. And I apologize for the any interferences in this live stream. Of course, we got a lot of things going on today. So stay tuned for night two recap of SummerSlam. Um, thank you for watching today, for watching this live stream. I will see you in the next one. So enjoy the rest of the day. It's a beautiful sunny day, Sunday morning. So enjoy the day, and enjoy the summer. Have a good time. I'll see you guys later on tonight.